Imagine disappearing for 6 months while on probation, then walking back into court like nothing happened. But what happens next? This judge uncovers a past so shocking, it changes everything.
Give it to him, Frank? Yes, sir. Does the defense have that?
Yes.
Okay. Can you make a copy of that?
Oh, it's a copy. That's your copy.
Okay.
I gave him a copy.
That's for Willie's. That goes in the Willie's file. That's a copy for us, so we're okay. I just need to put it
You
aside.
have the file still, I think. You have one file, you still have.
I got it. Thanks.
You want these copies too? That I gave you?
Everything, I'm gonna put it together, so. Thank you. Gary Falk? That's you, sir? 23 CR 1750 is called. And there is a motion to revoke probation that was filed October 2nd of last year. You were here with Ms. Naldi, your attorney and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this motion to revoke probation? Can we proceed in substance? Raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make during this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Lawyer. In summary, this motion states that on May 16th of 2024 in this court, you were sentenced to 18 months in the state jail. That was suspended for 5 years for evading arrest or detention, a state jail felony. But let's see, there must be prior convictions. Okay. A state jail felony, it's punished as a third-degree felony, correct?
No, sir.
No.
This is state jail. This is
18 months.
previous convictions makes it a felony. So he was running on foot. It wasn't with the car.
Okay, because it's not a true on the priors. There was,
Because he was sentenced to 18 months, so they sentenced it as state jail.
3, 4 priors. So we didn't go on those third degrees.
No,
It's
sir.
just,
Enhance it to make it a state jail felony. Should
could have been though.
It could have been.
Could have been.
That's correct, but
Yes,
it's
sir.
not.
Could have been up to 20 years in prison as a potential. We there's a lot of leniency given here. All right, so is all of that true so far? You were sentenced to 18 months in state jail, and that was suspended for 5 years on May 16th, 24. Correct? All right. Allegation 1 states you failed to report to the probation office for May 5th, June 9th, July 10th, July 17th, July 30th, all 2025. Is all of that true?
Yes, sir.
And was he an absconder?
Yes, sir.
How long?
He was gone until he turned himself in.
Which was when?
December.
Okay, so from May to December, you never reported to the probation office, right?
May of 2025.
May 5th of 2025 to
December.
through December.
He did come in June 23rd and met with me, and then he was gone after that. He came in after I called him, and he did come in that 1 day, and after that, he was gone. So there was a June 23rd.
You gotta report or you're not on probation.
I just went to the apartment. I came in and told my PO she wanted to change my location, but I was in Beaumont and had to come to Port Orton.
Okay.
Yes, man. I let my PO know that I didn't have no reliable transportation.
We gotta figure it out.
Yeah, I was in the process of moving, so I turned myself in.
When?
December.
6 months later.
So,
What happened in those 6 months?
I was in Beaumont.
Half a year.
I was in Beaumont and
You were on your own probation.
I was homeless.
You gotta figure it out, sir. If you're either on probation or not, but we accommodate people when they know. The probation office is very accommodating. We have a great success record. You're 1 out of 14 who fail. You're 1 out of 14.
Yes, sir.
13 out of 14 are successful. That's a great record. Allegation 3 states you provided a urine sample on April 14th of last year, which showed the presence of tetrahydrocannabinol, marijuana, and cocaine. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain that?
I was drug judge, and I take medication.
Cocaine? Who's giving you the cocaine? Which doctor is that?
And health medication.
Well, you know that's wrong. You know it's illegal. And
Sir.
all right, are you pleading through then allegations 1 and 3 voluntarily and because those allegations are true?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that a plea of true, voluntarily and knowingly made plea of true to one or more violations of probation, that is enough to grant a motion to revoke probation? Your probation can be revoked and you can be sentenced to no less than 180 days up to 18 months
Yes, sir.
in the state jail. Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today?
Yes, sir.
I find you are pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true. Do you have a calculation of this? What time you asked for? How much time have you served in this case? Do you know?
Since December 28th.
No, before that. When you were arrested and waiting,
Yes, sir.
being put on probation, were you in jail a while?
Yeah, like a month. Since you
Okay. 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 Thank you. I'm looking at the pre-sentence report where
That's why I gave it to you.
Yeah.
oh, 3 full pages.
Why look at me like that, Judge?
Huh?
Why look at me like that?
Your criminal history dates back to 1988. So that's 38 years.
28, 1998.
Today's 26, 88.
88.
12 plus 26 is,
I thought you said 98.
I'm going to give you
Because you were
a,
aging
would you
me.
like an abacus? To
No, but if it was 98, then you were aging me 10
88.
years, and that's not.
88
Okay.
to
88.
26, which is 38. And that's well, you have to look at the whole book here, not just a few chapters. You have, as a juvenile, there were 30 some odd dispositions. Most of these were runaways and other things. Just, your home life must not have been a solid one, huh? No. And then we start with adulthood, and you've got how many convictions of misdemeanors and felonies do you have as an adult? I see 2 misdemeanors of evading detention and assault of bodily injury of a family member when as misdemeanors. But what about felonies? Because there were several, more than one case where you were placed on probation and then your probation was revoked and you were convicted. And then later on, subsequent to that, there are some robbery convictions, aggravated robbery convictions. So how many felonies do you have?
19 or 4 or 5.
They're 5. Okay. So we place you on probation here for evading arrest or detention. And he's pleaded true. There's no agreement here, right?
No, Judge,
Okay.
for 18 months, which is the most that he could get.
Cap of 18 months.
Um,
Well, that was
That's what he
when
could
he was
get.
put on
Yeah.
probation originally.
right.
So you're looking at no less than 180 days up to 18 months in the state jail. State, you want to go first and last?
Judge, you know, I would ask for 18 months. Speaking with probation, it's either the 18 months or they're willing to still work with him if he's willing to go to Safe P. If there's a problem there and he could go and complete Safe P, come back and be on probation.
That's right. That's
Yes, sir.
And that's what I've spoken to Mr. Falk about, and he is interested in taking advantage of that Safe P option.
No,
like
I'm
clear.
talking about interest. I mean, would you do it?
Yeah, he's willing to do it. He's motivated to do it.
Yeah. Is that
Yes, sir.
the nice lady speaking for you? But I want to hear from you. Is that what you want? It helps. It helps people.
Yes,
but-
sir. I go to probation.
But you've got some problems here for a long time that you haven't resolved. And this could help. But you've got to put in an effort. Are you willing to do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to find that there is sufficient evidence supporting this motion to grant it by the preponderance of the evidence or greater as allegations 1 and 3 are proven true. I'm going to hold this motion, I think, in abeyance is the way to do this. We are going to modify a term and condition of probation to require you to attend and successfully complete the substance abuse felony punishment facility program. Do you understand where we are on this? You gotta do the heavy lifting. You gotta avoid the drugs. But it's obvious your home life was a wreck growing up. I mean, it's obvious. Seldom have I ever seen a child with that many dispositions, and it must have been a difficult family household, I presume. But you're an adult. You got to handle your responsibilities. Fix this so that you can move on the best you can. Are you promising to do your best?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do it. All right. We'll continue on your probation and complete that substance abuse program. All right, and do well. Thank you.
Thank you,
Vicky
Judge.
Holloman. Vicky Holloman.
One decision could have sent him straight to jail, but instead he got one last chance. Will he change his life or waste it again? If you want to see more real courtroom moments like this, hit subscribe now, because the next case might shock you even more.